morning, everybody. This is Chris, my buddy, and he's already asked for some percentage of whatever the YouTube royalties are. So,
yeah.
What did you negotiate? 10%?
10%?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Centennial Tower and 35 right, traffic control.
Chris and I own the airplane together.
259, 35 right.
We're going to go fly to Telluride today. It's a beautiful day to fly. There's hardly any wind in the mountains, and we're looking forward to it.
259 as you get close a little more.
Centennial ground, Cirrus 528 Whiskey Lima, run up complete. We're at Charlie 1. We've got Delta VFR to the southwest, requesting 10.
Cirrus 528 Whiskey Lima, Centennial ground, runway 35 right, 35 right, taxi via Alpha.
Okay, 35 right via Alpha, 528 Whiskey Lima.
Let's call ground.
1 Romeo Delta, attack air. We have Delta.
Citation 1 Romeo Delta, Centennial ground, runway 35 right, taxi via Alpha.
Not going to do 10.
Alpha, 35 right.
Look at the C-130 coming in.
Cirrus 528 Whiskey Lima, Centennial Tower, running 35 right, line up await.
Line up await, 35 right, 528 Whiskey Lima.
Cardinal 777, turn right, Charlie 3 into the ramp.
Yeah, I don't think he's got a CFI.
Okay.
35 right, 9,900 feet remaining.
All right,
Be
finals
happy to
clear.
teach you, though.
Yeah, I've flown it a couple times. It's fun. It's a fun airplane.
Centennial Tower, Cirrus 248 Juliet, Sierra, just eastbound 300 knots, full stop. We have information Delta.
Cessna 63 Hotel traffic off your left wing Cirrus from 1 mile eastbound 7,300. Runway 28 clear to land, wind 01005.
Clear land 28, that traffic's in sight, thanks, 63 Hotel.
Cirrus 8 Whiskey Lima, fly straight out, runway 35 right, clear for takeoff, wind is 01005.
Okay, straight out, 35 right, clear for takeoff, 528 Whiskey Lima.
Tower bearing 202.
All right, ready to go.
Visual
There we go.
35
Yeah.
right.
All set.
Cessna 7 Sierra Papa, fly west for 2 miles and on course.
West for 2 miles and on course, 7 Sierra Papa.
Cessna 0.
Continue straight out and we'll contact 123.70 on Echo.
Tower looks good.
Position 1 Romeo Delta Centennial Tower, running 35 right, line up away. Traffic barren, turning a 8 mile final.
Line up and wait, Romeo Delta.
Barren 2023 Kilo Centennial Tower, verify. Make a right, downwind departure, overfly the numbers, runway 28.
Okay, right, downwind, we'll overfly the numbers for 28, 528 Whiskey Lima.
Cirrus 8 Whiskey Lima, I will call your southwest turn. Traffic 2 mile final for runway 28 is a Cessna 6700.
Okay, we'll look for the traffic on final once we roll out and wait for your call for the turn southwestbound, 528 Whiskey Lima.
Cessna 63 Hotel traffic, 1 o'clock, 2 miles Cirrus, turning southbound, overflying the numbers, runway 28, 6700 indicated.
Got him in sight, thanks, 60 Hotel.
Station 1 Romeo Delta, fly runway heading, runway 35 right, clear for takeoff, wind is 0104.
Runway heading.
Yeah, now you can see the DC-3 down there.
2 miles.
Cessna 6026 Zulu Centennial Tower, runway 35 right, line up await, traffic barren, 5 mile final.
35 right, line up and wait,
Traffic 10 o'clock, low, 1 mile.
248 Juliet Sierra, 7 east inbound full stop Delta.
Cessna 248 Juliet Sierra Centennial Tower, ident.
Ident, 8 Juliet Sierra.
Centennial Tower, Station Air 208 Lima
Traffic,
Hotel,
1 o'clock.
8 miles to the east, information Delta, full stop.
Cessna 8 Juliet Sierra, fly
You see that traffic over there?
Flying northbound, 8 Juliet Sierra.
sorry, Cirrus 8 Juliet Sierra.
He's up our right wing.
8208 Juliet Hotel, Centennial Tower, fly direct to the numbers, runway 28, clear to land, wind 3205.
208 Lima Hotel, clear to land.
Yeah, he's going to let you. Yeah, keep you on.
Cessna 8 Lima Hotel, thank you.
Pass that guy, but.
And 8 Whiskey Lima has a traffic inside on 35 left.
Traffic, 1 o'clock, same altitude, 2 miles.
Cessna 26 Zulu, fly straight out, runway 35 right, clear for takeoff.
Still not going to let you.
Straight out, 35 right, clear for takeoff, 6026 Zulu.
There it is, yep.
Citation 1, Romeo Delta, turn left heading 320, contact Denver departure.
20, departure now.
Baron 23 Kilo, traffic, 11 o'clock, 1 mile, on final for the parallel, Cessna 6400, runway 35 right, clear to land.
Clear to land, 35 right, 232.
Centennial Tower, experimental 306 Bravo Charlie, 10 to the north, inbound full stop, Delta.
Cirrus 8 Whiskey Lima, Southwest approved, frequency change approved.
Okay, Southwest approved. We'll see you in a little bit. 5 Whiskey Lima, thanks.
Hey guys, it's Kenny, and for some reason we lost audio for this section of the flight, so I'm going to just voice over some of the conversations that Chris and I were having in the plane that you didn't pick up on audio. First is a quick disclaimer. These videos are for entertainment purposes only. They're not at all intended to be a substitute for good flight training, including mountain training if you're flying in the mountains. So a few things as we were crossing this pass you see in front of you in the video, Monarch Pass. This is one of a handful of passes that we made it over between Centennial and Telluride. We were flying relatively low today because the winds were light. But regardless, I'm always thinking about multiple factors as I'm going over a pass. The first is I'm hand flying. So you'll see me click off the autopilot. I'm going to hand fly the airplane so that I'm in touch with how the airplane is performing in either an updraft or a downdraft. The second is I'm always anticipating winds. That's probably the most critical piece, particularly VFR flying in the mountains, is what are the winds doing? We have multiple opportunities here in Colorado with a bunch of different AWOS stations that you have phone access to, you have frequency access to, and many of them you actually have webcam access to understand what are the actual conditions that you're flying over in the mountains. And so I'm in constant touch and tune with what's happening to the winds, and I'm anticipating, because of that, how's the airplane going to perform. On the windward side of a pass, obviously, usually you'll have an updraft. On the leeward side, you'll have a downdraft and quite a bit of turbulence. And so I'm anticipating that, and also continuing to make a go, no-go decision as I go on whether or not I'm going to turn back around. If the ride is different than I anticipated, if the plane's not performing the way I anticipated, I'm going to turn back around. Which brings me to our third point. Good mountain flying always, you're always crossing ridges and you're always crossing passes at a 45-degree angle. Why? Because it gives you immediate out back to where you came from. Rather than having to do a full 180-degree turn back to where you came, you only have to do 45, maybe a 90-degree turn to get back into safety if for some reason the ride's not, or the conditions aren't quite what you expected. So you'll see all of that in the video here, crossing at a 45 across the ridge, clicking off the autopilot, making sure we're in constant tune with actual conditions. The other piece of the conversation we missed was also our arrival into Telluride. You'll see it in the video a little bit later, but you missed the whole conversation about how we were preparing for the arrival. Telluride's an interesting airport. It's the second highest general aviation airport in North America. It's actually the highest commercial airport in North America. It sits at about 9,100 feet or so. So there's lots of concerns. One is density altitude. For those of you who fly, you know the impact of density altitude on engine, on wings, and so forth. It can have a significant impact to performance, both landing as well as takeoff. The second is Telluride sits on top of a plateau at the end of a canyon. It's kind of built as a one-way in, one-way out airport. It's not completely true, but most pilots treat it as land on runway 9 going into the canyon and take off on runway 27. The challenge of that obviously is tailwinds. So in the Cirrus, for every 2 knots of tailwind, you add 10% of landing roll. And so when you combine a tailwind on a downsloping runway in high density altitude, obviously there's lots of performance concerns to think about. And so a lot of the discussion was just around the performance of the airplane, what the winds were doing, and how we were going to either make a straight into runway 9 or on a very, very tight pattern, come back in and land to the west if the winds dictated. As it turns out, you'll see in a little bit, the winds are relatively light, so we just went ahead and landed at a 9 and took back off on 27, which is essentially the local protocol into Telluride. The last piece is terrain. Obviously, lots of terrain. You can see it on my MFD as I'm making the approach into Telluride. There's red everywhere, which means there's terrain everywhere. Most of the terrain was well above us, and so constantly, cognizant of a go no go and in a go around if need be, and what that go around would look like. And then finally, the last piece is you'll see me fly a much steeper profile than probably normal. And the reason for that is Telluride sits on a plateau about 1,000 feet above the town of Telluride, the Telluride Airport does. And so because of that, you've got these sheer cliffs on all sides of the airport where lots of winds and wind shear can kind of play tricks on your landing. And so you'll see me take some of those variables out. You'll see me do a lot steeper approach than normal. The last thing I'll mention is you'll also see me use technology at my back. The Cirrus is full of technology, and so I'm using every opportunity to use that technology to make it easier. You'll see me do a VNAV coupled with a visual approach. I end up hand flying the last, obviously, few hundred feet, but just to make it that much easier on workload, I'm using all the technology in the airplane to make the approach. Enjoy the video.
Telluride Regional Airport. Automated weather observation. 1727 Zulu. Weather. Wind. Calm. Visibility. 10. Clear. Below. 12,000. Temperature. 16 Celsius. Dew point. -9 there. Altimeter. 3049 there.
So now wind's calm. It's good.
Yeah, I don't recall what the AFD says about maximum tailwind or anything, but you got plenty of runway anyway. But
I think it was over. I mean, if I'm high single digits, I'm probably landing to the west.
I agree. Yeah, I wouldn't.
Okay, so I'm going to go VNAV. Go ahead and set up our VNAV first altitude here.
Okay.
VNAV is armed. Approach is armed.
Vertical track.
Okay, vertical track, so VNAV there, so we're good to go. She should pick up. We'll hit our top of the descent here in a little bit.
Surprised. There it is, yeah. Okay.
You can't see the airport yet, can you?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we're plenty high enough. What we got? Oh, 5 to ET destinations, 3 minutes, is that right? Or just
Yep.
the... Yeah, for KTEX.
Telluride traffic, Red Cirrus, we are 10 miles to the northwest, inbound landing, runway 9, full stop. Telluride.
Now, Red Cirrus, altimeter 3049, how long are you staying?
Is that you?
Oh, we're just there for the day.
All right, we'll see you on the ground.
Thanks. Oh man, that is stunning.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a really easy turn to the west. I mean, to land to the west.
Yeah.
You can easily do it.
Yeah, I think they just want the noise, you know.
Okay, boost on, full rich. That's on, that's off.
Okay.
Landing light on. We're going to pick up a vertical guidance here in a second. And when we do, we'll throw some flaps in. What a gorgeous approach.
Yeah,
Good
isn't it?
grief. And Telluride traffic at Red Cirrus, we're on a 2-mile final for 9, full stop. Telluride.
Good speed and everything.
Altitude. $500.
All right, we're looking good. We're a little high, but I'm okay with being a little high.
Yeah, absolutely. Over this.
Minimums.